Using mail merge with Microsoft Word allows you to create one document and then create multiple copies using individualized data. So for example, if I were having an ice cream party for my class, I can create one document and then fill it in for all the individual students in my class. And this can be created with anything, whether they're hall passes or student awards or even letters to go home. So start with your basic document. This is blank student who is this number would like this flavor. Now what I'm going to do is insert data from a table that I've created in Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to erase this top part and then move all of my data up into the top corner. So I'll just have my headers, the name, the class member, and the ice cream flavor that they want. Now that I have my data set, I've saved my Excel document so that I can refer to it from my Microsoft Word document. I come up here to New List and choose Existing List. Since I'm using an existing list, I can then go to my documents and then pull up the Excel file that I've created. It's always helpful to have a list of all of your students created in Excel so that you could use it for a purpose just like this. You can see that I have the choice to choose between the entire workbook or just one sheet, and I can even choose a cell range. So if I have a set of data within an Excel sheet and I want to pull from that, I can choose that here. For example, cell A1 to C4 would cover all of my data. Now that I've chosen the Excel sheet with the list that I want, I can go to Import Field, and you'll see that all of my headers show up here. This tells me where to pull the data from. So instead of student, I can now choose name, and it'll input name, which is the title of my header, inside these brackets. I can now add class numbers and flavor. While this doesn't look like much now, if I go up to the preview results right here at the top, you can see that it imports the data, and I see the first student shows up who is number 1 and the flavor that they want. As for the rest of my data, here I can cycle through the different documents that I've made, and you can see that it inserts all of the appropriate data for every document. This way I can create one document and then fill it in for multiple entries. Once I've identified the data that I want to pull from my Excel list, I can then go ahead and manipulate this any way that I want. So if I have to edit this later, it's not a big deal. For example, if I shift these words around and make a couple changes, they are number 1. All of my data stays the same. So now when I preview, you can see that it pulled the bracketed information into the correct space. So as I cycle through, all of my data is updated. When I finish, I can come up to the top right corner of Finish and Merge, and I have some options here. I can edit individual documents, so if I have to make a change to only one document out of my entire list, I can do that here, and it gives me a preview of all of my documents stacked on top of one another. When I have all of my data the way that I want it, I come down to Finish and Merge and Print Documents.